Alison Dunbar. Does anyone know who that is?
Alison Dunbar.
Dunbar Goshen.
Wow.
Okay, we've got 6 people watching us.
Oh, really? How many days?
So we're going to start in a minute or two. Just get some people online and then we will start.
That's a very nice intro there. Joel's watching. That's awesome.
Okay, we've got 12 people watching us. Guys, just hang in there while you're watching us live. And at 2 o'clock we will start. So don't disappear. Okay, guys, we're live. And we're going to start our live broadcast. So welcome to Facebook Live. Introducing you first of all to the very wonderful Chef Koo.
Thank you very much, Marion, and welcome to all our avid supporters online throughout the world. Thanks for joining us on this Monday afternoon here at the South African Chefs Association Kitchen. And wow, in just 5 days' time will be a month to go to Mandela Day. And it's one of the most global, iconic days of giving back. And just last year, Chefs of Compassion, in partnership with SA Harvest, had a challenge out there of 67,000 litres of soup. And we superseded that.
I love what you did there.
Yes. And
That was sneaky, Koo. Where did that come from?
by doing well over 77,000 litres of food, but most importantly, over 300,000 people were fed a nutritional, delicious and hearty cup of soup. And this is why we are here today, to show you what Chefs of Compassion does on a daily basis. We rescue, cook and feed. And I'm actually going to be joined by one of our volunteers who's actually brought some very nice looking veg straight out of the Johannesburg Fresh Produce Market. And this would have normally have been thrown away, ending up on the landfill. And as we know, South African food wastage is in excess of 10 million tons a year, if not more. And there's nothing wrong with this veg, as you can see. Just needs a little bit of a cleanup, and then it gets converted into a delicious and hearty meal. And Kia has been one of our integral parts in this rescue process because our volunteers are in the market every day going to get this produce before it gets into the bins, brings it to our share house where it gets sorted out, packed, and then awaiting to be picked up by our wonderful kitchens across the province, which get then turned into delicious meals. Kia, you've been with us for a few months now. How does it feel to be part of the Chefs of Compassion team?
It feels good to be part of the team because we're helping feed the community in and around the city. So it's a good privilege to know that we're helping to reduce the hunger.
Absolutely. And just that you know, we actually celebrated our first anniversary about a month ago. And we've managed as Chefs of Compassion to rescue, correct me if I'm wrong, Marion, but over 500 tons.
Correct.
That is, I don't know, it's like unacceptable.
It's hard to imagine, isn't it?
500 tons of produce that would have gone to waste. We were able to rescue that, and we've turned it into 1.7 million meals. I mean, that's just incredible.
Unbelievable.
Just as incredible is my guest chef today. A good friend of the SA Chefs Association, and a chef whose currently career is as colourful and bubbly as her personality. She's cooked for private dinners, for hotels, for restaurants, and is very focused on good, clean, sustainable food.
100%, yeah. That's not bad. Mystery baskets, vegetables.
So this is
No
not your
wastage. No, no, so much. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for coming through.
Cool. I was watching this thing here, and I'm seeing this big leafy green that I've never seen before.
So we're all intrigued because this came into our share house. Sorry to interrupt, Sasha. This came into our share house, and everyone in the share house has been wondering what it is. So I thought the vegan chef herself might know.
I don't, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's got a slightly tart flavour, a little bit sour to start, and then it turns sweet. So it is delicious, and anything that's green and leafy can't be bad for you. And the darker the green, the more the nutrients. Yes. And that's what we're looking. We're looking to do nutritious meals for people who don't have access to.
Correct. Maybe one of our viewers can maybe help us identify.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So to people to tell us what this is.
Talking of viewers, Koo, can I just tell you we've been joined with our live by none other, the one and only Philippe Friedman, who wants to say congratulations on the work done and continue the good work.
Your anniversary.
Happy anniversary from no man, not anniversary. Happy birthday.
Happy belated birthday, Chef Philippe. And we've just got to do a quick shout out to Chef Philippe because Chef Philippe, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be standing here today, and we wouldn't be, feeding over 1 million people that we have in the last year. If it wasn't for your vision together with Hanika and Caroline, thank you so much for starting this off. And I know you're still continuing with the great work that you're doing with the team at the Dava restaurant. So thanks a lot, Chef, and keep the compassion going.
South Africa, thank you. Right, so
what are we going to get up to now?
Well, we've got to be COVID compliant. Let's wash our hands and get all prepped. So we've got some like
So while Sasha's busy washing, Koo, we've also got a message from another one of our original chefs, which is Chef Maklamola. Says, congratulations, I'm proud to be part of Chefs with Compassion. If I remember correctly, to those deep, dark days of Level 5, Chef Maklamola was really one of the first chefs to join us. Am I right, Koo?
Absolutely. And Chef Maklamola, we're so thankful for joining us today. And thank you for the incredible work that you've done in the Soweto region, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
And I still remember, nothing deterred Chef from coming through to pick up produce from the share house. I still remember we tapped his car. I don't even know if he had enough space to sit to actually drive back to where he was cooking.
Correct.
And he kept coming to the share house and he just kept cooking and people in Soweto were so blessed to have him. So Chef, thank you so much. And thanks for all that you still continue to do in your area and to all the beneficiaries that you support.
Wonderful.
Yeah, good. Okay, so we get started.
Let's get started. What do we have here? So the challenge for the Mandela Day 67,000 litre is to clear out your pantry. So without her knowing, we snuck into Chef Yetchner's kitchen here at the SA Chefs, and we kind of done our own clearing of her pantry. So we've got a selection of some spices and some dried herbs and some oil, together with the fantastic produce that was brought through from here at the share house. The Chef Sasha.
Like the green stuff that I was...
do we have a name for this yet?
Anybody got any ideas?
No answers here yet.
Chiffonaded, which is the fancy way of saying...
What does that mean?
Finally, like our cabbage has been chiffonaded as well. I can actually show you. Let's do that quickly.
Come on, show off those skills.
Oh, I should have bought that. Chef takes around a knife like they wear shoes. Like, this doesn't feel right. It's not mine, but anyway. So chiffonade is just basically where it's cut finely, like so. And then you're left with little, basically like stir-fry veg, basically. Anyway.
Fabulous.
This is the rest of that. We've got a large pot, so we're going to put everything in it because that's our vibe.
And actually we've got a little bit of protein.
Soy?
Yeah.
Yep, that's
it. So, as we know, Koo, one of the biggest challenges always at Chefs with Compassion is to find enough protein to go with the veg that we get. Please do.
So, if you have your
got the vegan started now.
If you have your calories and vegetables without eating stuff chips or any crap like that, you will get your protein. So, vegetables have protein in them, especially things like broccoli and seeds and things. All those seeds are expensive, but you needn't have to. You can, and it's easier and it's beneficial, especially if you're a new non-meat eating person, or if you want to do Monday night free, what's it called?
Meat-free Mondays.
Meat-free Mondays.
That's it.
That's not even an option to me. So you can get protein from vegetables too. So you just got to eat your calories, a lot of it, and that's why I'm vegan, because I love food. So put it in my face, all these delicious vegetables. And but for those who have limited nutrition and limited supply of access to good food, I think protein is a good idea to add. So that's great.
Thank you, Sasha.
Absolutely.
Just another quick shout out from Infinity Foundation, another one of our great supporters who have been with us from the beginning. Says thanks and gratitude to Chefs with Compassion and to Chef Kupile from Kim.
Kim, Charmaine, Nishan, sorry, that team is, it's been amazing. And I just need to also say, besides cooking thousands of meals, part of the Chefs of Compassion beneficiary list, the Infinity Foundation has always been there to assist, whether it's with transport, whether it's to come and help us at the share house. So, a shout out to the great work that you guys are doing. And I believe that they also celebrated their anniversary, I think about a week ago. So a belated anniversary wish to the team at the Infinity Foundation.
Absolutely.
I love how COVID is separated, but it's brought people together. That's really a lovely story.
It is. It is.
We're not
I'm
on
going to
the
use them to
okay.
start cooking.
Right, okay.
And, it's been wonderful, all this great work that has been done by the team of Chefs of Compassion. And as much as we can go out there with our rescue warriors rescuing all the produce, we've got the kitchens cooking, and we've got the beneficiaries benefiting. But like in any charity or organization, funding is hugely important because we need the logistics. We need to get from A to B and cover all our expenses, like our share house expenses, etc. And we are so fortunate today to be joined by the Chefs of Compassion premier partner, a sponsor, the Compass Group, Compass and Shore Group, sorry. And I'm joined today by the CEO, Ishmael. So thank you so much for all the support that you and the Compass and Shore Group has given to Chefs of Compassion. We're so happy for you to be here and taking the time off your busy schedule to join us.
Thanks for the opportunity and thanks for allowing me to be here. Yeah, I think it's shocking to think that all these good ingredients that are going into making this soup today would have been going to waste. Chefs with Compassion are actually solving two problems. The first is food wastage and the second is hunger. I think from our side, it was not about sponsorship. This was more about partnership in terms of getting involved. As a lot of the values that what Chefs with Compassion do resonate with us. This is cooking the food, rescuing the food, cooking the food, and then feeding the people. We are exceptionally proud to be involved in the initiative with the 67,000 liters challenge this year, and we are delighted to be the first corporate on board as well.
Fantastic. So just on that, now Ismail's mentioned that they're the first corporate to be on board. So how are we doing things differently this year is that we want every single South African to be part of this challenge. So we're opening up the challenge into different categories this year. We've got hotels. So all hotel groups, big, small, international, local, we want you on board. So here's the challenge out there to all the hotels. If any hotel group is on, show your commitment, challenge the other hotel groups, and be the first hotel group to come on board on the hashtag 67,000 liters for Mandela Day Challenge. We also have hotel schools or culinary schools as part of a category. We've got restaurants, we've got corporates, like Ishmael has mentioned, and we also have the home cook challenge. So even those that are not part of hotels or restaurants or corporates, but want to contribute to the 67,000 litre Mandela Day Challenge, you can cook at home and, again, clear out your pantry and support beneficiaries or those in need around you in your community and in your areas that you reside in. And talking about culinary schools, I'm also fortunate enough to be joined by the first hotel school to put up or take on the 67,000 Mandela Day Challenge. And they're not just taking up the challenge, but they've been a huge supporter of Chefs of Compassion, even opening up their kitchens while the schools were closed during the hard lockdown last year. So I'm very honored to be joined by the principal of the NDS Academy, from in the bar level, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all the support that you and your school, lecturers and students have given to Chefs of Compassion.
It's so good to be here. Thank you so much for inviting us. As a school, we are so excited to be part of this challenge. And I am challenging other schools. Come on, I'm challenging small kitchens. Come, let's do this. We've done it last year. It's going to be great to do it again this year.
So while you're standing there, the great thing is we have another hotel school that's just commented on our live, who I think is challenging you back again, and they're involved, and that is Jill, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Bacchioni or Bacchioni.
International Hotel School.
International Hotel School is proud to support chefs with compassion, and great work, Chef Koo, she says. So there we go. We've got 2 hotel schools already.
More schools are coming.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, International Hotel School. You have now become the second hotel school to take on the challenge. So we can definitely, like I said earlier, we superseded it last year. I think this year we're going to break or smash that record. What don't you think so, Steph?
Amazing. I can't fathom the quantity. I see that, and I only learned this today, that 10 million tons is enough to feed the country of Zambia.
That's correct.
That's how many starving people are in South Africa.
But don't you think that's crazy that we have 18 million people going to bed hungry every night, but we waste 10 million tons of food?
No, I can't. But also you can't, for children to go to bed hungry, how do they learn? How do they study?
Correct.
How do they focus? Where's the energy to play? You're giving people life by giving them food.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
And this is again going back to the core focus of Chefs of Compassion, is not just handing out food, but also ensuring that these kids that are eating these meals are getting a nutritional and healthy meal, that they can, stimulate those the brain in order for them to study and to focus and all of that. Because let's be honest, when you miss a meal, you struggle to focus.
And the youth is the future generation.
Absolutely.
So, if we want great CEOs and good, upstanding members of the community, we need to feed them right. Right, so
What you making, Sash?
I'm making a soup, keeping all the nutrition. Nobody ever disagreed that vegetables are healthy, so all the veggies are in here. It's about 6 cloves of garlic, but I'm Italian, so garlic is a commodity in my house.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not just a vegetable. So we've got garlic, fenocchio in Italian, beans, every last little bit, here not to waste.
Absolutely.
Some corn that's just been cut off the cob. I have washed my hands and I'm using it as a spatula. Does everybody have a spatula in their house? It's remarkable how few people actually use them. Koo? You must have.
How about that?
You've got that.
So, Koo, while we're busy, one of the other categories that you haven't mentioned yet that I'm just going to bring in is our home cook challenge. Do you want to explain that, and then I can tell you who's come on board? Or you did mention them. Sorry, can you explain how that's going to work?
So again, for the home cooks, to everybody out there, no matter where you are in this beautiful country of ours, go into your pantry or your scullery or whatever, your grocery cupboard. I'm sure there's items there that you've bought thinking that you were going to use, but it's been sitting there for a good couple of months. So we want you to clear out your pantry. However, to also bear in mind that it needs to be food that can still be used. So please don't just put out expired food. Look at the sell-by date, look at the best before dates, right, and contribute your ingredients and cook a hearty meal in the comfort of your own kitchen and support the beneficiaries and the needy in your area. So be it a school, be it an old age home, or be it any, home that offers care in your community. And that's where they say charity begins at home. So let's start in your communities. So everyone can make a difference. And that's exactly the vision and the dream that Madiba had, that everybody can make a difference.
Fantastic. Thanks, Koo. So in terms of our home cooks, we've got the first challenge that's come out from the wonderful Christine Phillips. And unfortunately, she couldn't join us live or be with us. She's away. But she did send us a wonderful video that will be posted and shared on our page. But basically, Christine is challenging all other home chefs. She has a business called Health Yourself. And she's very excited, and she says home cooks are super excited. So we're excited to have you with us. Thank you.
Fantastic. And that's actually quite a nice name that she's got.
Clever, no?
Yeah.
Help yourself.
There we go.
Bit of a tongue twister.
Mary, would you like a recipe?
Yes.
Cool. Come on over. How beautiful these colours are. So in here, we've got, as it's quite visible, you've got your baby marrow, you've got patty pans. These are interesting vegetables that not very many people have seen. It's the courgette family as well, also a type of squash. We've got baby corn.
I never know what to do with those funny patty pans. Yeah.
So they've got a bit of a bitter flavour. So what I usually do is I like to saute them, because then that brings out the sweetness.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's this delightful green thing, and it's quite thick and spongy.
You still don't have a name for that, hey?
Come, people.
People help us out here. Yeah.
The beautiful green thing.
The beautiful green thing, and it is delicious. Like I looked at it and I thought maybe this is like the leaf of a, I don't know, like a grated iguana tree or something. Anyway, but it's I tasted it and it's delicious. And there's cauliflower in here. There's fennel, which I think will maybe fennel tastes like aniseed, and that's amazing.
Love that.
Licorice, I love aniseed. There's green beans. Yeah, so there's so many different nutrients. So also the thing about vegetables and their color, each different color of vegetable has a different nutrient. So if you're looking at the green leafy, you're looking at vitamins. If you're looking at yellow, you're looking at things like lycopene. If you're looking at purple, there are antioxidants in purples.
Oh, wow.
So when you're mixing different, that's why they say rainbow on your plate, because
Yes.
you're having the right variety of nutrients. You can't just eat corn and think that that's vegetable. It's actually a starch, but it's good. You should eat it. Okay, I'm going to add this in.
Well, I'm so happy that you spoke about the wonderful produce that you have, and a lot of our rescuing won't happen without the wonderful partnership that we have, and one of our founding partners being the NOSH food rescue team. And I actually want to introduce you to Hanika, who is the founder of NOSH, and who does an incredible job, not just at the market, locating rescued produce from farmers, from manufacturers, from retail. And Hanika, we're so happy for you to be here as well. Thanks for joining us on your busy day of rescuing produce. And I love the hashtag of NOSH, which is feed bellies, not bins. So that's
Brilliant.
Great.
Sneaky, so I'm going to actually go back to the agents we got these big leafy greens from, and I'll see if I can get a name for you.
That would be amazing.
I'd like to use them more. I mean, if they've got something that they usually use them with. I mean, like you were saying, you made a spun speck curry. Can you imagine spun speck and whatever this is curry?
We get the most random ingredients sometimes. Sometimes in Better Neck, sometimes in Worst Neck, but it's just absolutely amazing the donors that have come on board with fresh produce, even with non-perishables. It's really just amazing how many people actually do believe in what we do as Chefs with Compassion and what we do as NOSH. So thanks very much for partnering with us. It was really a fantastic initiative, I think, and glad that we've built this for the future together.
Thank you, and thank you for speaking to Chef Philippe, because if you didn't, we wouldn't be here. So great work to the NOSH team, and thanks for all that you do, because without you, we won't be able to feed the millions of people that we do.
Shout out to my NOSH team as well. I don't do this alone. Thanks, guys.
They're amazing.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Have we forgotten anybody? Koo?
I think we have, because we've spoken about the hotels, we've spoken about the restaurants, we've spoken about the home cooks, but the one that I did forget, and I didn't forget intentionally, it's because they need to have their own glory, because without these magnificent people, we wouldn't be able to cook the amount of food that we have, and that's to our kitchens, our Chefs of Compassion, as we effectively know them as our hubs. And without those incredible kitchens, that have opened up their doors, no matter how humble or small their facility is, to the massive restaurants that are on board. And we're very fortunate to have, I think it's Carol, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think Carol, I haven't seen Carol online. We were waiting for her. Is she online?
She is.
She's online.
Okay. So Chef Carol was one of our very, very much original, one of our original hubs that came on board and has literally fed, or I would like to say single-handedly, but I know it's not single-handedly, but has fed the East Rand in the most remarkable way, and continues to do so. And I know that she is very
I just need
keen.
to add on to that, Carol was one of our very first kitchens to come on board, and she started cooking with herself and her team. But if you now look at it, Carol developed a network of other kitchens and beneficiaries within the East Rand region that spans something to spring to Davidson, and it's just amazing the work that Carol continues to do, and she's never stopped cooking. You know, and great work to you and your team, Carol.
Absolutely.
And I know that Carol has already pledged her support for the 67,000 litre Mandela Day Challenge. So to all our other hubs and kitchens, we put it out there, or Carol's, I know, it's going to put it out there.
Definitely.
To take up the challenge and to join the campaign.
We've also got another mention here just from, and this is not one of our regular hubs, but you did join us last year on our Mandela Day, and that was Yolanda from Jatniel. And she's back again, and she says their goal is 1,500 litres. So, Yolanda, we will be in touch. I promise you that.
First 1,500
That's amazing.
Our first pledge.
There we go.
High five.
There we go. And I'm also honoured to be joined by another one of our hubs, and who's also now taken up the restaurant challenge. And it's our first restaurant on board. So we're very, very excited to have them here. And they're actually famous for their burgers. And it's actually rated Joburg's #1 burger, if I'm not mistaken.
Do they do a veggie burger?
They do actually,
there,
and I know that for a fact. So they do a delicious vegan burger. But let's chat to the guy who's Tom from Buns Out Restaurant.
Afternoon, Coop. Nice to be here.
Thank you, and thanks for all the support, and thanks for being the first restaurant on board on the 67,000 litre challenge.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. I mean, we have all the facilities and all the people to be able to do this, and it's nice to be given the opportunity to give back. It's been a very challenging year for restaurants. It's been a very hard time for us to get through, and we're very grateful for all the support that we've been given. And so I think in saying that, it's super important for us to be able to give back. I think the challenge then goes out to the other restaurants that it's time to come together as one and give back as much as we can.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just a little bit off the topic, I mean, Chef Sasha specializes in vegan cuisine, so she's very interested to know about your vegan offering that you have.
I'm excited. I don't know if we're allowed to mention brands here, but yeah, we've got an amazing new plant-based meat burger alternative on the menu, and a chicken alternative on there as well, which is just incredible. It's sensational, I think you could say.
Yeah, and that again will also add, to the protein too when you're making hearty meals, and not just burgers. It can be casseroles.
Sorry about my chip comment earlier. Burgers and chips.
All good, all good.
So there you have it. The challenge is out to all the other restaurants out there. The challenge from Buns Out. And let's see those pledges and restaurants coming on board. Thanks a lot again, Tom.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. So just a comment that I see we've got a few, as we said, we've got 2 chef schools confirmed. We have a comment here from the legendary Martin Cobalt, who says, well done, guys, love your work. But I don't see an acceptance of the challenge, Martin.
Chef Martin, come on, let's go. Come.
I'm going to phone you after
Let's
this.
put out the challenge.
I'm going to phone you after
Yes.
this.
Put out the challenge, Chef Martin. We need your school on board.
Thank you.
So, Marion, come have a look. Okay,
Sasha.
so what I've added is some cocoa powder, and I did fry it off, so I added a bit of oil before I started all the veggies, and I did fry off the curry powder first, because you need to heat it in a dry method to bring out all the lovely flavors. And then I added some passata and water. So now and some salt. And now we are waiting for it. And you'll see how quick it goes. Veggies cook so quickly. Got a meal in a
The colours is what just blows my
see,
mind.
the color will fade a bit because of the cooking process, but all the nutrients will be in the liquid, and that's what you want. That's why
100%.
So, and then I've got some fresh herbs. You don't add fresh herbs at the beginning of the cooking, otherwise they lose their flavors. This is dill. That's some chopped Italian parsley, and we'll add that right to the end.
Thank you, Sash.
Okay.
So talking of hotel schools, they seem to be the only ones online. Clearly there's no classes happening today.
They're all being virtual, right?
Right, exactly. So Natasha Yoster, Capsicum Culinary Studio, is super excited to get involved. Natasha.
So all the capsicum
we hope so. Let us know.
Or are you putting an internal challenge?
Oh, that would be amazing. How many are there for capsicums?
Sure.
Could you know?
I think there's about 6 or 7.
Okay, that's brilliant. 6, fantastic. So that would be fantastic to have them all. Natasha, thank you so much for coming online to say that. Cool. Cool. What else have we not covered?
There's something else that I need to also mention. And I know I'm going to be putting her on the spot, but that's what I like, is putting people on the spot. One of our other founding partners, who has been a very strategic role that has been
nice
played.
use of that word.
I'm on fire today, hey? And without the incredible work, and I know she doesn't like the limelight and she likes to be busy behind the scenes, but if it wasn't for her to be busy behind the scenes, we wouldn't have the tremendous PR and marketing that we have. And I would also like her to also mention that we have also relaunched our website. So without any further ado, let me introduce you to Vanessa Nordia from Strategic PR, who's also a founding partner of Chefs of Compassion.
Thank you, Chef Food. Sure, another exciting year. Can't
Absolutely.
wait. And this year we've done a bit more planning.
Yes.
So it is happening with a bit more time for everybody to get their registrations in. We have just today launched our new website, which is, we've shortened the URL to www.cwc.org.za. If you go on there right now, you will find that you can register online. It will take you, if you click on the banner on the page, it will take you through to the project page, and from there you can read all about it, read exactly what the fine print is and how you get involved and whether what you need to contribute, and then it will take you through to a registration form where you can enter all your details, and that's it, you're in. So looking forward to an amazing year and thousands and thousands and thousands of liters of soup. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot,
Vanessa. Okay, so just to go back through our comments, I'm just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. The answer is all capsicums are in.
Fantastic.
Which is amazing.
So
and
now
then,
going back to Jill from IHS, I think you've got about 4 or 5 campuses. Are all your campuses in now?
I
There you
love
go. You
this.
can play them against each other.
Yeah.
That's part of the challenge.
I just want to make one shout out while we're here quickly, because we've got a comment here from Kathy Stone saying, looking great, guys, love your work. Kathy is from Loud. I don't know what the full name is. Loud
Marketing, I think it is.
Anyway, Loud has been doing the most amazing design work, artwork for us. You can see our beautiful banners, our logos, everything that's happening, and our new websites. And Kathy, just a shout out to you and your team. Thank you for your involvement. Thank you for all that you're doing for CWC, and it's been an amazing partnership with that. Thank you. That's just my thing.
Couldn't agree more. Kathy and your team, you've been fantastic. And also, our logo has been, it's been a little bit revitalized, and it's been of rescue, cook, and feed. And thank you so much, Kathy, for being a part of that. And thanks again for all that you do. And without a second thought, you just ask Kathy for something and it's done.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm just checking while you guys are busy.
So
I'm going to talk. I'm going to look.
Got a little bit of, she needs a couple more minutes just to finish up that soup. So I also want to, I think we also need to acknowledge her, because she does incredible work. Again, somebody that does not like the limelight, and I'm not going to put you on the spot again. Busy behind the scenes, coordinating. I know in the initial days of CWC, she was the hub coordinator, beneficiary coordinator, the sharehouse coordinator, and even cooking us as the volunteers, keeping us, fed and cooking up a storm for all of us at the sharehouse. And we actually at her home today at the SHS kitchen. So I'd like to call up Chef Yechna Maharaj from the South African Chefs Association.
You really got her on the spot. She's got to come out of her little kitchen.
Yeah, put down a cup of tea.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Thanks for having us, and thanks for allowing us to go raid your pantry. It was really great, and but that's not just about that. It's thanks for everything that you've done, and maybe you can put up the challenge to the home cooks.
I was just gonna, I was actually sitting at, on the sidelines there, putting up a own challenge. I took it upon myself with my family group, so from my side, and all my students from SA Chefs and all my, programs that I've run. Here's a challenge coming out to all the home cooks. Come on, guys, we can do this. If I've got all the stuff in my pantry, we've all got stuff in our pantries. So let's get on board.
Let's do our best. Guys, it doesn't make a difference. 10, 15, 20, 1,000, 2,000. Guys, let's go. Let's start the challenge. I challenge all of you. Let's come on board. Get on board. Play. Let's have fun. And let's share. Let's feed people.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Edge. So while we're waiting for
wait a second, literally.
Is it
It's
done?
not, no. It's just
Okay.
done. You put everything in the pot and you leave it. It's so easy.
That's fantastic.
Anybody can do it.
So how about you put out a challenge?
To
Because I know you're a little bit famous. You know, you have a bit, you know, you have
the vegans and the vegetarians.
you
There's a
have
challenge.
you have a media following and you have a very good social media following. So how about you put out a challenge?
I will do. Absolutely. No, like you say, I mean, if it's 10 liters, I mean, this is 10 liters here. It took me half an hour. Look, all the prep was done. Thank you very much for that.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot and throw around a few names of celebrity chefs that we can conveniently tag on your behalf.
I think Feli Masakweng, because, you know, he knows why. And your husband, Arnold.
He'll be doing something, don't worry.
I know. And he was also, yeah, he's an inspiration to so many. Yurika, she's also got her hands full, but I'm sure she's got some stuff going on. She's in 4 ways. I'm thinking of all the people in the north, because you've covered the east and you've covered Soweto, the west.
We can even go to the Cape and to KZN.
Victoria,
To whatever.
KZN, yeah.
It's a national challenge.
National challenge.
Yeah, what about all those fancy people in Cape Town, you know?
Jenny Morris, all the Lukes and the fabulous people in all those award-winning restaurants. I'm sure they've got stuff left over. All the clippings that they cut off of all their... We all know what fancy kitchens are like. You do waste quite a bit trying to make things look perfect, which is, it's a bit selfish, but anyway, we can do the things with those. Did I say too much?
Never.
No, but you put it out there now.
Yeah.
And now it's up to them to take on the challenge. So, like Vanessa's mentioned, so the new website has been launched, so www.cwc.org.za. Go onto the project link, and you'll find all the details for hashtag 67,000 liters. And I've been asked to remind you that liters is spelled Litres and not the American way, right? Because the more hashtags we get, the better it does for the campaign. So remember that, hashtag 67,000 liters whenever you are posting on your social media. But more importantly, get onto the project link on the website and fill out the form to get involved with the Mandela Day Challenge.
So that was going to be nice. Sorry to interrupt you. That was going to be nice. So now I've made 10 liters of soup. What do I do with it? Because obviously I can't keep it. It's got a certain shelf life.
Correct.
So you go onto the website and then?
So you go onto the website before you start cooking, so,
Okay.
so that your details are already logged on.
Yeah.
So you go on the details, you pledge your support, and then you choose your beneficiary, you name your beneficiary if you've got one.
Yeah.
And Vanessa's actually taken it one step further, and you can actually get a branded Chefs of Compassion apron if you place your order in advance before the end of June, so that we can get it manufactured and get to you in time for Mandela Day. But you need to pledge a sponsorship. So there is a bit of a pledge in terms of monetary
What do we
value.
have to do to get a chef's apron? I mean, a chef's jacket.
I'm sure we can arrange that.
For you, Sasha.
Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. So all the details are on the link. So fill out your details, pledge your support, pledge your financial contribution, and all the details for all the categories. So hotels, restaurants, corporates, home cooks, the CWC kitchen hubs, as well as I think I've mentioned everybody. Schools. There we go, the schools. All the details are on there. Take up the challenge, log your details in, and there's also a process in which you can actually start preparing for the challenge, especially for hotels and restaurants. As we know, you have food wastage on a daily basis in terms of your ingredients that you don't use up. So we're putting out the challenge to say, start prepping a week in advance for Mandela Day, because Mandela Day falls on the 18th of July, which is a Sunday. So you can actually start the process a week in advance, and you can have this produce prepped and put in your freezer. You can even cook the soups and put it in your freezer, and then on the day of Mandela Day, take it out, reheat it, and then you get
Is that preferable?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as
So we
you
don't
follow.
stock it frozen, we've got to reheat it and then
Yes.
take it frozen. I mean,
Correct.
heat
So
it,
we're
take
still
it.
following the processes and keeping, the food safety, because it's
Protocols,
very,
yeah.
very important
Yeah, yeah.
that the temperature control has been maintained throughout. And get your beneficiaries to come and collect, or if you can, deliver to your beneficiaries. And most importantly, log your numbers with our war room, and that's where we will then be able to know whether we can actually beat or smash the 67,000 litre record this
We
year.
certainly will.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Wonderful. I'm just looking if there's anybody, if there is anyone who's commented that I've missed. Ntutuko Chabalala, you've just been tagging so many people. It's been amazing, asking people to get involved. Thank you for that so much. And Caroline McCann, in her usual way, one of our founding members, is just tagging and challenging everybody she can come up with.
We love you, Caroline.
That's fantastic. And then Arnold Tanzer says you're doing a fantastic job, Sasha.
Oh, please.
And
shall I give you a bit of history of Arnold Tanzer? So when I wasn't at your wedding actually, but anyway,
no.
When I was at chef school with Elsu, she's online, I know, but she's outside. But anyway, when I was at chef school with Elsu, Arnold was doing our bush cooking program. And I lived in Joburg and he lived in Joburg. And on weekends, I used to do private dining functions for him. And so we go back way before his master chef, way before his, how long have you been married?
20.
Because it was about 2 years before
years.
you got, so I've known him 23, 24 years. What a pleasure.
Fabulous.
Thank you, Arnie. Love you. Bye.
Well, I've just got to say, now that everything started infusing, now that the smell's starting to permeate the air, and it smells delicious.
I had a taste. It's good. It's good. The veggies just need to soften a little bit more.
I'm just going to have a last look in here, Sash, and then
turn up the temperature.
I think we're going to log off.
It's been on a little bit of a go slow. So now I'll turn the temperature up, and maybe that'll, because we're not seeing much movement, so it can bubble.
I think it's going to be delicious, and I think
will.
everyone who's here and who's come along to help us and support us is going to get some lunch.
Amazing.
Fantastic. But that's how simple it is.
We need some sourdough to go with it. Who's baking?
That's a challenge that we're going to put out to the South African Bakers Association. So, Mr. Dave Collier, if you are watching, the challenge is out there to get the bakers on board. Thank you so much.
Stuart McClarty, where are you?
Exactly. So thanks so much for all the support that you've given us in the past. And now we're putting out a new challenge out there to the South African Bakers Association, to Chef Dave and Henry and Stuart and the rest of the crew. There we go. Get on board and bake us some bread to go with this delicious soup that we're going to be distributing. But that's how easy it is, folks. Just clear out your pantry, cook some soup, and like Chef Sasa said, it's the mask.
Sorry, I know I'm keep on going back, but sometimes it takes me a while to catch on. So do they collect the veggies from your...
No. So this is from their pantries.
Okay.
So they've got whatever...
So the challenge has got to do with their own home, whatever they find.
Their own home, own storerooms, hotel kitchens,
Some pick and pays and Checkers at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they sell like stuff that's going to expire that day, and I feel that would be perfect. So cook it up.
That's brilliant.
Cook it up, use pantry ingredients, and then it's cheap and cheerful. And then you're giving back. And I think a lot of depression would be solved if people would...
Because remember, the whole vision of Mandela Day is to give your 67 minutes.
Or 67,000 litres.
Or in this case, 67,000 litres. But you're going to contribute to that.
Yes.
So give off your time. So cook in your domain, be it your home kitchen, be it your school kitchen, restaurant, hotel, cooking school. And do your bit, not just for Mandela Day, but for society. And let's lower that 18 million. And let's try and get it down to 0. Because that, then I know that we've done our job. Where we've lowered or decreased food wastage, and we don't have any hunger in South Africa. So
10 million mouths to feed.
18 million mouths.
Even more.
There we go.
No.
Chef, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for that. Can't wait to tuck into that delicious soup. Any closing comments from you?
No, just that I have learned a lot of things today that I didn't know, and I'm overwhelmed by your involvement and Chefs and Compassion and all your partners, and I think it's amazing. I think well done, everybody.
Thank you, Sasha.
Really good initiative, and I'm on board too.
Of course you are.
Challenge everybody.
Thank you. And just a quick one. Thanks again to everyone that's already challenged or taken up the challenge. Let's keep it going. We've got just over a month to go. Looking forward to celebrating the news. We will be publishing more news as we get it. as to how you can further get involved in what's going to happen on the day of Mandela Day. And thanks again to our incredible General Manager, Marion Tanza, for all that you do. And she is waving if you want to. She's doing this at the moment. But thanks again to all the incredible work that you and your team do. And it's great to have a leader like yourself. And it's
Thanks,
and this organization. It's just amazing, the group of people that we have. And that's it from us. And thanks again. And let's do this. #67,000 liters.
#67,000 liters.